Hey everyone, it's Megan Elizabeth with AboveRubyStudio.com. Welcome to day number 10 of the 12 days. We are coming soon to an end here, but I wanted to show you another one of the Close to My Heart kits and creating up to 15 holiday cards out of one kit, 3 different styles. And it's really fantastic. The only extra things you'll need are your ink pads and your stamping blocks. It comes with everything else you need. Well, I shouldn't say that. You still need your ink pads, your stamp blocks, your adhesive, and your cutting utensils. So everything else is included, and I'm going to show you what I mean here. All the embellishments, the instructions, the stamps, everything. So it gives you 3 different cards to create. Like I said, you can make 5 of each 3 cards with the supplies included. They're really cute, or you can make them your own, do them your own way. I don't always like to follow instructions. I'm going to show you guys how to follow instructions, but everything is so clear. It even tells you how big to cut out everything of which color cardstock and make it really easy for you. So you get your 5 strips of each and you make sure you don't run out of any space on your paper. So it shows you where to cut what on your paper. It gives you all the instructions. It gives you the stamp set that comes with I love this stamp set. I love this Christmas stamp set. This one's called Frosted. It's a workshop on the go card making kit. It comes with the card bases and the envelopes. The envelopes that you need come, and all the card bases pre-scored and everything for you. Good to go. So again, 15 cards in one kit here. And you can just whip them out, man. When it comes time for Christmas, they're not all exactly the same, but oh, it's awesome. I love these little sparkly rhinestones. Sparkly drops, whatever they are. They're glittery and they're drops and they're awesome. Different sizes. Glittery twine, glittery baker's twine, guys. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And then all the cardstock that you need for the accents that go along with it. So your ruby red, your craft, your cream color, your olive color, and then the pattern papers as well. It's just beautiful. You can do so many different things with these. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna make one of each of these cards for you guys today. I do have my stamp block. I have the ruby, the cocoa, and the olive in color. All right, so what you need to grab is your paper trimmer and then your cutting diagram. And then we're gonna use the Colonial White paper cardstock. And we're gonna go 2 1/4 inch squares. And we can make 5 of them or 1 of them or whatever, however many of these cards you wanna make. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a full 2 1/4 inch strip across. Set that aside. And I'm gonna do the 2 1/4 inch square. And I'm just going to do one of those. Now, I need to do a 2 3/4 inch, well, let's see. So that was the top section. And then we need to do a 3 3/4 inch. No, 3 1/4 inch, my bad. 3 1/4 inch square for the other card. So you're just going to want to follow this guide to cut them out exactly so you're sure you have enough. 3 1/4 by 3 inches. So then we need to do a 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. And this is making it like exactly to the instructions. So you can feel free to, you know, make whatever you want out of these. So there's the piece for 1, the piece for card 2, and the piece for card 3. And then I'm just going to keep all these other pieces so that I can make all the other cards. I'm just going to show you guys making the 3, each of the individual cards for right now. Then we want to grab our craft cardstock. I'm going to pull out 3 card bases. And then we're going to stamp and assemble just as the instructions show us, which is pretty easy. Okay, okay? Because they're laid out in perfect diagram for us, so we can fold them in half. They're already pre-scored, so you know which way you're going with them. Kind of visualize and line them all up. And each card is labeled, you know, which goes to which piece. So I'm going to grab, and it does give you the full list of other things that you can use, you know, the adhesive you can use, and, you know, all the different ideas that, you know, you can to put these together if you don't already have a craft room full of supplies, but I think most of you guys do. Pretty sure our green strip. And we're gonna grab our stamp blocks. All I need are these two. It recommends other ones, but if I really need another one, I'll grab it. I'm just gonna use these two stamp blocks here. Gonna grab our long stamp. I love the Close to My Heart stamp blocks. Like, really love them. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lay it down flat this way and then press the stamp to it so it's a little bit more straight. There we go. Now it's straight. I love my Close to My Heart stamp blocks. They are just for me, they are just so nice to use. They're a good, solid, strong weight, and they just give a really good impression every time. I'm just gonna use some scrap paper for my background, or, you know, for in case it goes off the edges or whatever. Open up my olive so it's the same color to get the tone on tone look that we want to go for. And you could stamp this all out ahead of time if you needed to. And I'm offsetting. I'm not doing exactly lined up. You can see like the squares don't exactly match up side to side. If you offset them a little bit, it gives you a really cool look. Alright, so that is that part. Set our ink pad aside, set our stamp aside. And then it suggests cutting a little pennant into it, so we'll go ahead and do that. And the simple way to do that is just eyeball it. You don't have to go crazy making triangles. Just eyeball it and make an easy little triangle for yourself. Okay? Don't make yourself crazy when you don't have to. Alright, and then we're going to place this down. I'm going to use my Permatac Glue Glider Pro. And again, I'm not measuring exactly. I have a pretty good idea. Now it says to grab this piece, and then you can cut a pennant into that as well. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna make them exactly how they show so that you guys can see banging out these cards are so simple for the holidays. Especially when you gotta make a ton. And 15 cards in one easy kit, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright, I'm going to stamp the little snowflake down. It says that I could use, what color am I supposed to use? Twilight ink, which I do have. And for that, I'm just going to mask this off a little bit with my scrap paper. Just so I'm sure I don't get anywhere I don't want it to be. Alright, and that lines it up, and you have your stamp right where you need it. And you can just wipe that off with a baby wipe then. I'm going to do this one. Just down here. Simple, easy, fun stamping. And actually, I probably should have stamped this on before placing this one down. Let's see, can I lift this at all? With the Permatac, I probably shouldn't. I'll lift it a little bit, because I want almost this full stamp on here. We're good with that. And then I'll just adhere. Now I am like not a follow the instructions girl. I am a give the instructions girl. So this is for those of you who are really new to card making and like to have those instructions given to you. But like I said, you get so much in these kits, you know, you have plenty of freedom to make them your own. And it's such a great deal, and especially since you get the exclusive stamp set with it too. All right, now I'm going to take our red and our colonial white. I'm going to stamp our Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. I'm going to use the cocoa, nice color brown. Off to the side a little bit. And you can use dimensional adhesive. I'm just going to use straight adhesive, which is my Glue Glider Pro Permatac. And take our twine out. I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. Whoops, okay. Didn't mean to quite rip the bag like that, but. I love the tinsel twine. I love it. So I'm going to just wrap this around a few times. Stick it down and then knot it. So the adhesive on the back kind of holds it in place for me. Glue Glider Pro right on down. Place it right about there. You can mess with the placements of your stamps and everything, you know, get them as close to accurate as possible. Then we're going to grab our glitter. I love these things. I love them. We're going to grab the tiniest one for here. They have adhesive on them already. Grab a larger one for here. And you could also use Viva Decor glitter pens. They would work really well for this too. Really, really well. But how cool is that? So that's card 1 completed, done. Moving right along. Let's do card 2. This one goes, we are going to do stamping on this part. And we also have let's grab all our pieces. Once we have all our pieces, then we'll do our stamping. I'm going to set that up there, I think. So we have our border block again. I'm going to wipe that off because we're doing a different color. I'm going to use the cocoa. And we're going to do an offset stamp, or an off stamp. So we're going to stamp off. There's a couple different terms for it, but we're going to do one stamp down. Oh, that's not going to be quite strong enough. One stamp down and then stamp right in the center. Okay, so it's just a little bit off the color of that solid cocoa color. A little lighter. I'm going to place down our 3 strips, our ruby, our pattern with the twilight color, and then our olive. You can put a little twine. around our stamp, our stamped pattern paper. I really like stamping on pattern paper. I don't do that enough. I honestly don't. Move that around to where you need it. Place this on down. Plenty of adhesive on the ends. Perfect. I'm going to probably go ahead and use some dimensional adhesive on this one, but we'll do it on the craft. So there's a couple things happening on this card, or this piece that in particular. What we're going to do is do a two-dimensional stamp with one color ink, and this is how we're going to get a really nice scene going on. So we're going to grab our trees and our cocoa. Okay, we're going to ink it up really good and juicy. Alright, use that cocoa and we're going to stamp on down here. Now I'm going to let it go off onto my craft. I'm not going to worry about that. I think it would look really cute to have it go off onto the craft. So that's why I placed the craft down and I adhered it right away. It actually suggests not doing that. So now what I'm going to do is the stamp off. So before inking it again and getting it all crazy, I'm just going to shift the stamp over a little bit to like here maybe, and press down lightly. And it's going to give a nice little foresty feel of a lot of trees in the shadows without all being that dark overpowering. Okay, so you can stamp off as many times as you want, but it's a really nice, and then there's a little bit of ink along the edges, like tree branches coming off into the craft, which is really nice instead of just that solid. I like it better than that solid, harsh, off the white. Kind of more dimensional. Our snowflake. And it suggests to do twilight again, which we can do. I'm just going to do a little bit in that corner there. Press down. Cute. Perfect. Again, you could do that stamp off to not have it quite so harsh if you wanted to. And then we're going to do the warm winter wishes. And we're going to do that in the ruby color, which is another thing that close to my heart makes really easy and I enjoy about that is the coordinating inks and cardstock and papers, etc. Warm winter wishes. That looks awesome. Just awesome. A little bit of dimensional adhesive for this one. And that completes card number 2. Oh, we can put on the little rhinestones too, or the little glitter gems. Let's do, alrighty, the adhesive came right off of that one. We're going to stick it back on the sheet. If that ever happens to you, just stick it back on the sheet and repeel it. 2, and then a tiny one, 3. That's so cute. Okay, exactly the same. All right, set those aside. We have one more to complete, and then we are finished with all 3 cards. Start with the green. And you can add different color backgrounds. You can add, you know, your different stamps. You can add whatever you desire to these cards, okay? Make them your own. All right. Have fun with them. All right, now I do the red, I'm going to actually stamp on the red, do a little border on there, and I'm going to background the top. I'm going to use the like dots, snowflake dots on this particular one. I'm going to use the twilight again. Where did my twilight go? I'm going to use twilight, and we're going to do stamp off stamping. So we're going to do like one stamp and then a stamp off. And then one stamp, and a stamp off. Okay, so one stamp, stamp off, and just give it a whole bunch of different shades of the blue or twilight. Okay, and that should be good, and that really speckles it up and gives you that look. Now what we're going to do is border this stamp. We're going to do the snowflake to border the stamp. We're going to grab this guy here, and we're just going to go right along the top half edge and just connect it. Perfect. And then we'll adhere this strip down. And that ties the twilight together from the top of the card to the ruby. Love this stamp. This is the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. I love how huge it is. It's like the awesome size. Again, I'm just going to adhere it down so it's in place, not moving around on me. Gonna get it closer to the top. Probably a little closer than they have it, but that's okay. I used this on the very first card of the 12 days. If you go back and check out the very first video, if you're just joining us, I used this May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. I actually use this stamp set. And I just love it so much. So much. Love. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that just gorgeous? So beautiful. Now I'm going to wrap some of the twine around, but this time I'm going to adhere it to the back. I'm not going to tie it in a knot. I'm going to do, let's get this out of the way so I don't get any ink anywhere else. I'm going to do a couple strips of adhesive down here. I'm going to start it on the back, and then I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to look at the front. I'm going to see where it all goes. Not quite where I want it to go. So let's cross it here, 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 and bring it over there, and then stick it there. Cut that off. Place this on the front of our card. So easy. And then we get to use our little glitter gems again. I'll place it right here. So cute. So cute. All three cards are complete, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed this day of our 12 days extravaganza. Go ahead and pick up your Close to My Heart kits right now. They're available at aboveherbestudio.com through the Close to My Heart shop, and you'll see all that information and everything there. And then there's some really cool things coming for anybody interested in joining Close to My Heart. Now is the time to do it. If you just sign up under me, I have some special bonuses and other fun things for you that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to offer it to you. Can't wait to see you there. Enjoy the moments, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow for our 12 days extravaganza. Bye-bye.